Hello everyone, my name is Eduardo Esparza. Today I will be talking about climate change, not just as an environmental issue, but as a politically divisive topic in the United States. Did you know that according to NASA, the year 2023 was one of the hottest years ever recorded globally? Many of us have noticed warmer winters, earlier springs, or more frequent weather alerts. These everyday experiences are part of a broader conversation about climate change and how it is addressed across the country. I have gathered information from credible sources, including NASA, the fourth National Climate Assessment, and political platforms. To help us understand this issue, I will cover 3 points. I will begin by discussing current climate trends supported by scientific data. Second, I will explain how major political parties interpret these trends differently. And finally, I will explore the debates surrounding climate policy funding and legislation. First, let us look at environmental patterns scientists use to track climate change. Scientists track climate change through patterns like rising global temperatures. NASA confirms that the last decade was the warmest on record. Average global temperatures have increased by about 2 degrees Fahrenheit since the late 19th century. Melting polar ice is accelerating, raising sea levels and disrupting ecosystems. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration reports that sea levels have risen about 8 inches since 1900, and the projections show continued rise, threatening coastal communities. Extreme weather events are also becoming more frequent. Hurricanes, wildfires, and droughts have intensified. For example, Hurricane Ian in 2022 caused over $100 billion in damages, and California wildfires have burned millions of acres in recent years. The fourth National Climate Assessment links these changes to warming oceans and shifting precipitation patterns. In the western U.S., longer droughts affect agriculture and water supplies, raising concerns about sustainability. Next, let me discuss how climate change is viewed through different political lenses. Climate change is not just a scientific issue, it is a political one. Democrats generally support proactive climate measures. They advocate renewable energy, solar, wind, and sometimes nuclear power. Their approach focuses on reducing greenhouse gas emissions and transitioning to a sustainable economy. They also support global agreements like the Paris Climate Accord, seeing international cooperation as essential. Republicans often emphasize economic impacts. They argue that the strict regulations can hurt businesses and slow innovation. Instead, they favor market-based solutions like tax incentives, carbon trading, and private investments over government mandates. This reflects their commitment to limited government and free market principles. These contrasting views shape how policies are proposed and debated. For example, while Democrats push for aggressive emission targets, Republicans often prioritize energy independence and job security in traditional energy sectors like oil and gas. Finally, let's explore the debate surrounding climate policy funding and legislative efforts. Funding is where the political divide becomes most visible. Democrats push for increased federal funding for clean energy and climate research. They believe government investment accelerates innovation and job creation. For instance, the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 allocated billions for renewable energy projects and electric vehicle incentives. Republicans, however, often oppose large-scale spending, citing fiscal concerns and skepticism about urgency. They prefer private sector solutions and minimal government intervention. Some argue that heavy spending could increase national debt without guaranteeing results. These differences highlight broader ideological debates about the role of government in addressing environmental challenges. Should climate action be driven by public policy or market focuses? Should climate action be driven by public policy or market forces? That question remains at the heart of controversy. In conclusion, we explored why climate change is still politically divisive. We reviewed scientific evidence, contrasting political views, and legislative debates. Understanding these perspectives is essential for informed civic engagement. Whether you see climate change as a crisis or a challenge, one thing is clear. Its impact reaches far beyond science. It shapes policy, economics, and the future we share. And that is all for climate change. Thank you.